Still Within, which she's going to be reading from tonight. Born and raised in South Korea, she emigrated to the US when she was 18. She's currently pursuing a PhD at Seneca Graduate Institute and holds an MFA degree in creative writing from Antioch University, Los Angeles. And of the war still within, this is what Ellen Bass, the Chancellor of the Academy of American Poets, had to say. In these spare, elegant poems, Ko Hong captures a world of cruelty, suffering, and survival. Here is beauty juxtaposed with pain so deep it's almost impossible to put into words. And yet this fine poet does just that. She breaks our hearts with the truth and astonishes us with her compassion. Please sit back and listen to the brilliant Tanya Ko Hong.
Hi everybody, thank you so much for invitation. And then this is like wonderful to read today. And then especially May is the Asian Pacific Heritage, American Heritage Month. So since I came from Korea and then I am a bilingual, so I'm gonna read in Korean first. How about that? So you're gonna think, okay, what she's saying. 둘째 시간. 어두운 방으로 불려갔다. 창이 없는. 미세스 로페츠가 그림책을 보여주었다. 강, 내가 말한다. 틀렸어. 리버라고 그녀가 말한다. river, 내가 말한다. 리버가 아니라니깐. river, 그녀가 말한다. 그렇게 말했어요. river, 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 river. 강, 강이에요. 그녀가 고개를 흔든다. 내 입을 봐. liver, liver. 그 후로 나는 입을 다물었다. Usually I asked, when I'm reading this poem, I ask them to write down whatever comes in their mind when I'm reading in Korean. And then it's brilliant. Some people say like, that sounds like this, that sounds like that, you know. And then some people send me out like, you know, poem, what they wrote about, like when I was reading in this in Korean. So I came from Korea, so I had to learn in English. And so when I was sitting in all the classes and then I don't understand, and then oh my goodness, it was just like really hard. And then still L and R, that sounds just like really hard. I'm still learning L and R. So this is exactly what is in Korean, I mean the English translated. Second period. I am called to a little dark room, windowless. Mrs. Lopez shows me a picture book. Come, I say. No, river, she says. River, I say. Not river, it's a river. River, she says. That's what I said. River, river, river. Come, it's a come. She shook her head. Look at my mouth, she says. River, river, I say, then shut my mouth. And this is a poem, is Dear Yeobo. Yeobo means honey in Korean. And I don't know, it could be a love poem, it could be all different kind of meaning in there. So I'll share with you. Dear Yeobo, when you say ramen, then I am ramen. When you say tea, I am a tea. When you take off your clothes, then I take off my clothes. If I could leave my senses, I would be no trouble. You don't give food to fish you've caught. You no longer need to hold me. Please drink your tea. And there is another poem. It's called 보고 싶어. 보고 싶어 is I miss you in translation, right? But then it has no subject. So like when Koreans say 보고 싶어, we don't have to say I miss you, I or you. 보고 싶어, like missing. 보고 싶어. I miss my mom. 엄마 보고 싶어. Then it just like without explanation, it meaning goes there, deliver the message and emotion. And so when I write this poem, I was trying to come close to translate. How do I say 보고 싶어 in English? I miss you. It's not that enough. And so what should I say? And then I will say, okay, let me just write in Korean and then explain. Because while I'm sitting here, and then I could look at my window, and then there's a rock out there. I'm gonna cry. That rock that my father sat there. Mary talked about her father. And he came to our house 2 times, and then he set that rock, and then when he was last stage of the lung cancer, and I could see him sitting there, and then he said, you did everything, thank you. But anyway, so 보고 싶어 is I miss you. And there's so much missing and longing in American, Korean immigrants in our lives. 보고 싶어. I miss you is not enough. 보고 싶어. No subject. Puppy eyes with a red vein. Praying before sunlight. Putting away a fresh bowl of rice between blankets to keep warm. Waiting contains silence. Sorrow could not touch through DMZ. The divided country. Husband in the south, wife in the north, child in her belly. Waiting. And another part is waiting. In Korean history, the bear ate garlic. So the sun came, the god came down and then say, this is nice. And then the bear and then tiger said, I want to be a human too. So that God said, okay, if you go cave and eating beaten wood and then garlic 28 days in the cave, you will become a human. And tiger couldn't stay, and bear stay and become a woman and marry to Hanum, and then give the birth as a dangun. And so that is how Korea started 5,000 years ago. So I have my ancestors part of the bear too. Waiting. When I think of you, rain comes. When I call you, you come in rain. When I touch you, you disappear in rain. Bring me raw garlic and handful of a bitter green wormwood. I will still eat them and stay in a cave 21 days, 100 days. That's how bear became woman. I will do same if I could see you one last time. There is another myth. When you fold 1,000 paper cranes, your dream comes true. If I can see you one last time, I'll fold thousands, 10,000 paper cranes. I want to open your apartment door again with a key that you sent by mail. The key still warm from your hand. Hang my clothes in your closet between your clothes. I want to feel safe there again. Waiting for you is nothing. Without blinking, I watch. The night becomes silver rain, the blue light. I will wait for you like a rock on the waterline, wishing you be a wave and reach me. If you touch, I collapse and be water like you. So I'm gonna share the last poem, and that is my anchor poem, and then what is Ellen Bass was talking about. It is Comfort Women, and there is the original pictures of Comfort Women, because I wanted to show you the pregnant women is Park Young Shim, and she identified herself that was her back then. So her name is Park Yong-sim, and she passed away 2009. And comfort one is dealing sexual slavery, and then I have a long poem in the my book, but I'm gonna just read two part of it, and then I'm gonna end with my comfort one. 1941, that autumn night, Japanese soldiers wielding sword dragged me away while I was gathering pine needles that fell down my basket, filling in the air the scent of their white blood. When you scream in your dream, there's no sound. They put a long stick between my legs. Open up. Open. 바꿔주세요. They rage, spraying their sperm, the smell of a burning dog, burning life, panting, grunting on top of me. Under my blood, I am dying. On the maru, grandma's making songpyeon, asking mom, is the water boiling? Will she bring pine needles before my eyeballs fall out? I feel pain there. 1943, Shanghai, China. One night, a soldier asked all the girls, who can do 100 men? I raised my hand. Sunja did not. The soldiers put her in boiling water, alive, and fed us. What is living? Is Sunja living in me? Thank you.